We'll stop at the lights and you just see people at the crossing and they're all like full up across you and like their heads are just hanging all on their phone. It's like, pull those shoulders back. Duck your chin in a little bit. Yeah. So that anger transparency comes through on you as well.
I'm not like full school teacher, or sit up straight. I don't care about that.
It's the bodybuilding coming through.
It's the posing.
Yeah. Putting your best assets forward.
Is that how you got Mikki with your posture?
Yeah, go get a little bit.
No, he was little when I met him. Will was about 85, 90 kilos when I met him.
Did you have a neck then?
Yes. He was so cute. I was like, fuck, who's this guy? Hey. And now I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck
Now
am I
there's like
doing?
this Neanderthal.
Well, people are like, oh, you're only with him. I'm like, I've been with the dude for like fucking 5 years. And
Yeah.
To top it off, I had... when Mikki first met me, I had comp tan on as well.
Yeah.
Well, not like
orange tan?
Not at comp tan, but like half a week later after a comp tan.
Oh, yeah.
So like...
You didn't scrub that shit off?
Had a few showers.
Yeah,
but it stays on.
I know, I've seen it.
It stains the
Orange
bed sheets
hands.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
First night you met, I didn't see it in the bed sheet.
No, I walked in, I'm like, geez, he looks
You
like
walked into that one too.
I'm like, he looks like a Greek god. He's all tanned up and real lean and shit.
Real
I'm like,
Adonis.
oh, hey.
But I was a massive 80 kilos. So.
Fucking huge.
But were you like shredded and jacked 80 kilos? Obviously.
Shredded, jacked as you can be at 80.
Yeah, I know, but still, you think
Sorry,
about
though.
some guys now, they're like, oh, I'm 80 kilos. And they're like, mate, fucking push it
Usually
up.
this tall.
Yeah. Yeah, the hater's height.
Yeah.
Hater.
Poor hater. Can't squat though.
So, welcome to the Warrior Strength Cast. On the podcast today, we have William Crozier and his lovely partner, Mikki.
Yeah.
You don't know her last name, do you?
Wescombe.
Oh,
well
you
done.
do. I'm
Well
really
done.
proud of you. Well done, husband.
He's done his
And
research.
I have my lovely co-host here.
Lauren Green. Flozzy G.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise we were doing nicknames.
Neither did I. I just got to roll with whatever happens.
I don't have that one prepared.
Have you got a nickname?
Oh, no.
If you ask
Not really. I have different ones in the gym. For some reason, I've been getting Willy Wheels because people like to think I'm Larry Wheels, which
Larry
I'm
Wheels,
not me. He's like, it's a good ego boost
Yeah,
for me.
that's nice.
Yeah, no, I think just the situation. Sometimes at comps I'll do like a celebration or something that gets some attention, and then I'll get that for a month. But no, it's nothing that's stuck.
he's had the Trap Lord.
Oh yeah,
And then he
stuff
had-
like that. There's always a variation
Trap
of that
Daniels.
happening. Nah.
There's been a few, the People's Champ. That's come up.
Yeah.
A bit of John Cena look,
Yeah. I'll take that too. But nah. But I think it's just because I'm a bit of a socialite at comps and go and talk to everybody and try and
Flews you around a little.
yeah. So I tend to get a lot of people like comp saying hello at comps. So yeah, I became the people's champ from that apparently. But nah, nothing stuck.
Nothing that he wants to claim anyways.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a few.
I'm
he's
sure
not
Willy
mentioning.
Wheels will
I'm sure
stick
there's a few
around.
in his head that he's like not mentioning specifically.
No, I was getting Maddie to do it on my belt, and so now it just says my name on it. I don't know, because everyone has like a cool
A
nickname.
nickname, yeah.
Unfortunate. Maybe we can come up with one.
Well, that's why I haven't changed my Instagram, because I was like, well, okay, if I don't want to be Loz Hannon, I don't want to be Loz Green. That's like just a boring change. So I was like, oh,
Cheers, bro.
I don't even know how like Flozzy G came into it. I don't know. You started calling me Flozzy or something. And anyway, and so then I looked up if someone's already on there as Flozzy G, and I was like, well, I don't need to be that anyway. That's more of a private name.
Add an underscore.
That's so shit doing that. Oh, that one's taken. I'll add 3 underscores. Oh,
Yeah.
that one's taken. It's like, no, I'll just have
Basically.
something creative.
I'll back you up.
Something will happen. Something will happen eventually, and I'll be like, "That's going to be my new name."
Yeah.
I got given Bambi thanks to fucking Fuzzy. Apparently he hated watching my squats, and he used to bitch about me to Will and be like, fuck, she looks like Bambi, like I hate watching her squat. And I'm like, fuck
that
you
one
guys,
stuck.
Bambi it is. Fuck is all.
How's that? Good coaching. I fucking hate watching this sport. Cheers. Awesome.
Good work, Fuzzy.
Very straightforward. Straight to the point.
Yeah.
No, he's not a bloke who's smoke up the arse coach. Certainly not that type of coach.
When your knees touch together, it is what it is. I'll take it.
It did suit.
Oh.
So, Will, tell us a bit about your history, how you got into powerlifting and when you started training and all that sort of stuff.
We haven't heard this powerlifting
No.
story.
No,
So when did your training journey start? When did you start training?
geez, I was in the Navy.
Yep.
So in Canberra, we started, and basically I was doing really long shifts, just 12 on, 12 off. And on night shifts, it's the most boring. Like half your time is just sitting there watching movies. You know, not a bad job really. But then our boss started saying you can go to the gym during work. So I was like, fuck, you know, that
That's
sounds
not bad.
That is not, yeah, that's not
That's
something I'm
similar
gonna,
to the people say I want to go to jail so I can train. Like, join the Navy, you can get paid to train.
Yeah, exactly. My salary was still there. But no, so I started going with my mate who dragged me to the gym, and we did some bro stuff and that. But he was actually, he had actually trained with Marcus out of what was PTC, out of his garage.
Yeah.
When he was, when that was the original location. Yeah. And so I was kind of lucky in a way that I got thrown into squat, bench, deadlift straight away.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I didn't follow fitness at all. It wasn't like I was a big body fan or whatever. Yeah. So I remember like specifically like a few times like we did squats, and I would like crawl out of the gym and have these crazy leg DOMs, and then he'd be like, "Oh, wait until we do deadlifts." And I'm like, "What's a deadlift?" And he's like, "You'll see." So yeah, I was lucky that he got put me onto that route like straight off the bat.
Yeah.
At least, you know, like if I look back at those videos, they probably went pretty. But
Yeah.
but we did squat, bench, deadlift, so good start. And then from there, we eventually got sick of the little crappy gym that we were at, and we went to what is now Burley Strength.
Yeah.
Yep.
And well, actually, he's at a different location. But anyway, it was
Well, the original
PTC
one,
Canberra, and before that, what was it? Power Sports Club is what it was called.
Yeah.
Originally.
Still got
but
the t-shirt.
I do. I have one of those t-shirts.
Does it fit?
Don't ask that
Well,
question.
actually,
It did at the time.
at the time, it was about 3 or 4 sizes too big.
Yeah.
And
They knew.
I remember it
They
was the
could see
only
it.
size I had left. It was
Kid's
huge.
gonna grow.
They saw the potential.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was a very dead gym. Like maybe 2 people would be there at any time when I was there.
Yeah.
And Shero was actually there too. I remember him walking around because back then it was all in a suit.
Yeah.
And he was doing all these equipped stuff, and I'm like, fuck, this guy's massive. I'm like, God, this guy's so strong. He's doing all these massive squats, and like, you know, bet me doing my like little 100 kilo squats or whatever I was doing. But so he was my idol back then. And
Shout outs to you, Shero. You beast.
yeah, he loves it. One thing I remember very clearly is that we would just do hamstring curls for hamstring.
Yeah.
Like just on the machine. And I remember I went in and went into Power Sports, and Cheryl was like, "Wow, try this GHR out." And I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah. We'll give it a go." Like acting all tough because
Yeah,
we're
that's
tough,
what you do.
We're 18, like we're tough kids. And then he chucked me on that, and I went to lower down, and I just like went boom. just stayed down the bottom.
Just tipped out.
Yeah, so
Sorry, I got cramp.
yeah, there seems to be a problem.
Your machine's broken.
My muscle isn't working right.
So I don't think I went on that machine again. But yeah, that was my first experience talking to Sharon.
He probably doesn't remember that though.
No, he doesn't. I've mentioned it to him, but I think he's claimed my deadlift strength. Now he's like, yeah, that's what it's from. Obviously, I showed you how to do it.
Clearly that was it.
But yeah, from there we moved into bodybuilding. Really, kind of fell into the whole like bodybuilding trap, and was just focused on that for years, doing curls and whatnot, and didn't really get us anywhere. And then at some point, a couple of years later, I signed up with a bodybuilding coach, and he kind of like started getting me going with nutrition and somewhat of a decent program, at least something that made semi-sense.
Yep.
But looking back on that, it was terrible as well. But it was somewhat organised in a way where it wasn't just me rocking up to the gym going like, oh, my arms don't hurt, so I'm going to
But
train
newbie
arms.
gains anyway. So
Exactly.
any program really in the beginning. So
Up until that point, I was making sweet gains.
Yeah.
And because I just used to go to the gym and go, oh, well, this isn't sore, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in Cairns after I got out of the Navy. I meet up with our good friends from Cairns, Tyler Hope, Nelly, a few other people in our team who took me down the bodybuilding route and actually got me to compete a couple of times. And again, things slowly started getting more structure. Nutrition obviously hugely structured from that. Started to learn a lot about nutrition, a lot about how to get myself into the gym motivation because I didn't want to go at that point. So I started to get drive, and then in 2015 I decided bodybuilding's not what I want to do. Don't want to diet anymore. I really like just lifting weights, and then did my first comp in 2015 Queensland States, which was a huge success, and I broke the deadlift record for GPC for that weight class in that first comp, and that was pretty much it. I was like, damn,
Nice.
I'm good at this.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm just going to just keep doing this. And
So
then
how much did you weigh in at that comp?
100 on the dot, because I cut like 6 kilos.
Okay.
Because I was like 106 and then cut 6 kilos to make 100 because, I wanted to be as competitive as I could because that's just how I am.
Yeah.
And looking back, stupid. Wouldn't
What did you pull? What was the record?
325.5. I did 280 in sleeves.
Not bad at your
for a
first
squat
comp.
because I didn't have a clue how to use wraps, and in Cairns nobody has used wraps.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck, alright, I'll just do it in sleeves and hope for the best. And then bench, I think it was 162. And that was terrible technique, and then so that's probably come the most as far as technique comes. And then the deadlift, I really wanted to get 300 on that day. I was really excited to pull 300, and then that was also the first time where I learned out the deadlift bars were a thing.
Yeah.
Because in Cairns I was just used to pulling on whatever was at the gym, at the commercial gym, on crappy ass plates, and so that made a big difference. And and then I got 300 on my second, and then I remember being like, what? I have no idea what's going on. Like, somebody just tell me what's going on.
What's in the water?
Yeah, I was like, this place is amazing. And then I pulled 315 on my third, and then that moved pretty well. And Scott said to me, he's like, oh, the record's 325. Do you want to try and beat that? And I was like, fuck, at that point it was just a daze anyway.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then got addicted.
Yeah.
And then from there got invited to Pro Raw 7.
Yeah.
Continued on. So
The rest is history.
Yeah.
got
And now
third at
here
Pro
we
Raw
are.
7.
Yeah.
Third at Pro Raw 7, then fourth equal third.
You didn't get third, mate.
Equal
Nathan
third
got third.
/ fourth
You have the trophy, but
to Nathan on at Pro Raw 8, and then Pro Raw 9 we won, and then Pro Raw 10 with
What was the deal with him giving you that trophy?
you don't know the story.
because at Pro Raw 8 was it
Pro-
Pro Raw 8 the first.
Was it the body weight?
Yeah, because he beat
difference?
you on body weight or something.
Yeah, so what happened was Nathan, obviously, just being the guy that he is, super nice guy, has a collection of trophies already from when he Pro Raw 1 and everything.
Yeah.
I went up against him. We were already kind of mates from Pro Raw 7. We
Yep.
got along straight off of the bat because he's really similar to me. I feel like we're both really calm and telling each other stupid jokes before our lifts and stuff.
Yeah.
So we got along real well. And there at Pro Raw 8, he had a shocking day from memory. Like, went like 3, 4, 5 out of 9 or something
Right.
like that. Like, missed heaps
Yep.
of lifts. Was pissed off with himself. And then I had a fantastic day. PB'd all my lifts, went 9 for 9 and everything. And
And then he beat you on body weight.
then he beat me on body weight.
Yeah, that was. I kind of knew. I remember because I was there when he gave you the trophy, but I just.
Everyone
forgot
didn't really
fast.
know what was going
Yeah.
on either. He was trying to kiss Will when he was giving him the trophy and stuff. Like,
Yes.
pretty intense moment.
I love you too, bro.
Walking out on his crutches like, yeah, man, you got this.
Yeah, and then so he beat me in Pro Raw 7, won that, and got his 2000 total. Then Pro 80 nudged me, and then at Pro 9 I'm like, finally going to get my revenge. I'm confident I can give him a run for his money, and then and then he tore his quad, and I feel so, and I was like, oh, I kind of like.
We G'd him up in the warm-ups as well. I'm going to fucking take you down, mate.
Oh, yeah, I was like, fuck, I can't like celebrate too hard now.
It was tragic. It was horrible to watch. But
poor
champ.
I'm just amazing that he's come back and that he's still like to go out to in Pro Raw 10 and squat. What was it, 300 or something in sleeves?
It was.
For me, getting back under that bar would be, I can only imagine, would be a mission. I luckily haven't had any serious injuries. Yeah. Just little overuse stuff. And God, I can't even imagine being in that situation.
It's not that bad. Everyone else worries about it because with my arm, people freak out. Oh, every time I bench over you, I think of you. I'm like, I don't even think about it. Like, why do you think about it? So, but yeah, I guess for me, I didn't feel it though. I was really lucky. Whereas Nathan felt it because he yelled, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So, but
I remember I remember it perfectly.
Yeah, me too. I was in the front.
Yeah, that would have been worse. I came around because I just hit my third. And so I was happy with that because that whole prep was terrible squatting. Yeah. And then coming to that, and I was really happy that I actually got out a decent squat. Yeah. And then I came back around and watched him, hoping that not hoping that he would fail. but
hoping he'd do well.
But watching it and see what would happen and if I was going to actually be able to catch him or not for that day. And and I just remember from the side, and I saw it go down, and then I just like pretty much as soon as I saw him like crumble under, I just like turn around and like fuck,
get away from it.
I cannot watch
that
this.
in the middle of the comp.
Not when I'm about to go and bench and deadlift and everything.
Not in the middle of the comp. Yeah.
If I went before him, I think it would have been. After him. If I was squatting after him, oh god. Yeah.
I don't think anyone did squat after him.
Nah, he was the last.
He was the last one.
Yeah, he was the biggest squatter. Yeah, that was a 370. So that's still the record. So Yeah, nobody was beating that. But
well, who's competing this weekend? Let's see. Biggest record
tomorrow, Sebastian Oro might give it a go. I think that's what he's gunning for. I think he's gunning for 372 on his squat.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll see.
The big squat. He's got a good squat.
He's holding it somehow. No, he can squat. He's good. We just give each other shit all the time.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
If you can't stir shit and have fun, then what's the point?
Yeah. That's the whole reason me and Nathan got on so well. Yeah, is because he would just start giving me shit before lifts. And I was like, "Fuck you," give it back to him, and then we're both like, are that whole like go from zero joking around to get under the bar and just be like, "All right, let's fucking do this."
Switch on.
Yeah. Whereas obviously other people have to get fucking in the zone 3 days before, so. Nah, we've always been really good friends. He's been my idol since the start of it. Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Yeah, I remember there was a comp here, might have been 2014 or something, and I was benching and Nathan was competing, and I was getting psyched up for my third lift or whatever, and I put my headphones on and I just sort of pace, and I always have. I did that at kickboxing, I did that at jiu-jitsu. It's
getting angry,
and he's like relax, like you're burning all your energy, sit down. I'm like, this is what I've fucking always done. I did it in strongman, I did it everything. I don't know how to sit down before it. Like I just like pacing. It must look like I'm walking erratically, but I'm just going through stuff in my head.
Sebastian does the same thing.
Yeah, like Nathan's just super calm. You know what I mean? Like you are
just chilling on his chair, like rocking back and forth, and getting.
Yeah, I think I'd copy Nathan.
Yeah, it's.
I'm pretty chilled out now. I've tried to do everything. I've tried to do the firing up a lot, and it just throws me off with my lifts. And then
Never works for me.
Had the real calm approach to it, and then like Nats was the best, especially for squats for me. And I walked up to the bar before I'd get caught it was loaded, and then I was like having a laugh with all the loaders and spotters, going, "Oh, it's too eager," and like we were just joking around, and I was like, "All right, focus."
I haven't touched ammonia in probably since that first couple of comps because I remember that deadlift in that first comp and at Pro 7 probably like somebody just shoved it in my face, but since then it's like it's not been my thing. I'm just like calm down.
I might sometimes have it, but I'll have it a bit like before, like, and you'll be like, why don't you save it? And I'm like, I don't want it right before I go to lift, but if I'm feeling a bit like,
for sure,
I got one more something, like, I'll have it, and then I'll wait, and then I'll go get the early peak.
I generally only use it on my third, and then maybe in training, if it's a real heavy session and I'm just fucking tired, and I need something to just wake me up. But yeah, generally I try not to use it very much.
So we train. Shannon trains Andrew Caltabiano, and he just benched 147.5. Sorry, Andrew. I'm coming for you, Andrew. The deal is I've got to be able to deadlift more than he can bench. But anyway, that aside, so I train. Shannon trains him on a Wednesday afternoon, and I train these two kids who are obsessed with Eddie Hall and strongman, and they're 8 and 6 years old, and so they are always here when Andrew's here, and they're like, oh, he's like so big, and like, can I touch your muscles? And so anyway, they see him have the ammonia, and then he's like, ah! And like does this real big grunt, and they're like, why does he grunt like that? And then so the other day I was like, and their dad trains here,
Scary.
so I know him, but I'm like, do you want to smell it? And they're like, yeah. And then one of the little kids, like,
You're an asshole.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go do my box steps now. And then, this is so cute. And then last week they came in, can we smell that stuff again? I'm like, ask your dad. If he says yes, you can. So cute though.
Getting them hooked on the crack early.
So funny. I love how he did the little grunt afterwards though, with the little stick thin arms. Feel my muscles.
Well, you said get them started early. Jeez. It's amazing how all these kids come up. There's so many 18, 19-year-olds that are squatting 350 kilos and deadlifting. I could name a few in the country, but oh man, it's so crazy considering I just told you guys I started when I was 19.
Yeah.
And I didn't even take it seriously until I was mid-20s. I was out getting drunk every freaking weekend.
Yeah.
So to see these 19-year-olds squatting mid-threes and stuff, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Well, even for me, I started 2 years ago, and I'm 38 now, and so when I compete, and then people are like, oh, well, how old is Jen and Laura? They're like 15 years younger than me. So
hold your own, though. Hold your own.
Yeah, I'm like, I've got the muscle maturity.
The level of powerlifting now at the moment is crazy. It's crazy, the people that are coming out of the woodworks. I remember
It's a crazy sport.
when I was doing strongman, a 300 kilo deadlift was, if you had a deadlift over 300 kilos in Australia, you were doing pretty good.
Yep.
But now that's an 80 kilo guy's game. You know? It's
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, now I see guys pulling 200 or something, and I'm like, whatever, I pull 200.
Not that
Sorry,
impressive,
guys.
mate.
Easy to say, isn't it?
I'm 60 kilos body weight, well, I was.
But
Look
you
over
said
at Shannon.
years ago, you said when you started that forever ago, but even when I did my first comp in early 2015, I broke that record, that 325.5 deadlift, and now that record rates pulled 380 or something. So it's crazy.
These freaks just make everything else look.
That's
a bit
3 years
mediocre.
difference. It's just
It's insane.
in 3 more years, everyone's going to be doing 400 and be like, oh yeah, 400. 400 is just nothing
the
now.
norm.
I don't know. Fuck, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. But everyone's getting too strong. I just try to just stay a little bit ahead, but all these 19-year-olds are scaring me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You'll be no one in the game soon, Will.
That's support. Jeez.
Someone's got to keep
Glad we
him
waited
humble.
for you.
Will's got to pull 400.
Someone's got to keep him humble. His head's big enough as it is. That's why his traps and everything like that's just fucking
Sets to support
overdeveloped.
the head.
Holds it up. But just growing outward. That's what this 125 is just the 5 kilos of neck.
So what's the deal with the peckish?
The crack
What's the secret? What's the peckish? Does the peckish develop traps like that, or what?
No,
Is that the
you can
secret?
blame Dean for that because he ever since I started with him, which was in my prep for Pro 09, I think they were in my first meal plan, and I don't know, it's just literally been in my every
It's a placebo.
every week I eat at least. Every day I have at least 2 packets, and so there is a reason. They're really easy calories. They're super light, but. No, they're just somehow I've become, everyone knows that I just love my fucking
It's like Thomas whenever he's on a plane. It's just one of those things. They're like, oh, Will's the peckish man and Thomas is the plain man. And,
I reckon Thomas just rips massive farts and people evacuate and take the sneaky
I don't know
photo.
how he gets those photos.
No, he's got to sit on the plane and wait for everyone to
Wait
leave.
for everyone to
Everyone to
leave.
leave, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, get a life.
I thought he was rocking up an hour earlier. Sneaking on. Fucking hell. Smart man.
That was funny because I remember I ate Haydar's packet of peckish at Pro Raw this year.
Geez.
Well, it was after he'd competed. I'm like, you're not eating them. I need them. It was the day after I'd competed. And then I was like, these are shit. Because we have, I don't know what brand our ones are.
The fountain.
Anyway, they're just different
packets.
texture or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just trashed anyway. So I was like, this isn't enough. But I ate the whole pack. I think.
What flavour? That's where you
I don't
gotta
know,
go.
but see, but then so today you gave a couple to my dog, so I was like, well, I'm going to take a couple, and I was like, and the cheese flavour,
Cheese is
I was
amazing.
like, it's like healthy cheese and bacon
Cheese
balls.
is
So I was like, and I just kept eating them. I'm like, I don't even know if you heard me. I'm like, I'm going to have a few more, and then I'm just sitting there.
No, yeah. If Peckish happened to watch this, any Peckish reps,
Yeah, can we get sponsored?
yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out.
yeah, hit us up.
We should have had a
Send
few
them
packets
broke.
laid up on the table.
Well, our linen cupboard is now basically whenever Coles has them at half price.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like 5 boxes at home right now.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Like
if anyone in where do you live? Go raid their house.
Gold Coast,
You want to
yeah.
fuck Will up? Go steal his package.
Yeah, I'm not home now.
we've got our 2 ferocious guard dogs though.
Pity,
They'll fuck it up.
Pity Sebastian's on the other side. He could have been up there right now raiding your package and derailing your progress.
Yeah, he might hear this and know the secret. I don't know. Ooh. Oh, jeez.
She's right there. Get it away.
He's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble.
You can.
He might actually do damage in the 110s this year though. I think without rates not doing it. I'm not there. I'm on 125 somehow. In the small 125s. and geez, the way he's going, I think he's going to be a top runner. Like I can't think of many people that are giving him a run unless you've got some guys in here that are boiling up some big and stuff.
No, but not at that level. I mean,
Unless
Sebastian's-
Marcos flies someone's over.
Yeah, well, there's always some international.
Get Tom
level
over or
sneak in again.
yeah.
Like Tom Martin. Like from the front, you were like, oh. And then from the side, you're like, whoa. It's like the thickness.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much from the front, but then you look from the side and you're like, fuck me dead.
Yeah.
Just fucking dense.
He doesn't
It's
look like a
crazy.
huge guy, hey?
No.
Like
But
it's not.
side on, the thickness is crazy. Just like his lats are like a slab of fucking
Meat.
Yeah.
Like the meat you hang up to
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah, like a sirloin from
Yeah.
fucking Costco. Just
Yeah.
Well, he's like he's competing tomorrow at Boss of Bosses, and he put up a picture earlier of him like shredded, and his weight was 109.9 or something. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
not like he's
Yeah.
not lacking mass.
Oh, no, not at
But
all.
It's there.
It was just deceiving though, because look at like compared to you
Yeah.
sitting next to you or the
Oh,
back,
I know.
you
I was
so
like,
then
what the hell?
Yeah, you're like, I got this little guy in the back, and then he came out on that deadlift, and I saw you like, oh fuck, I'll just go for it anyway. We're like,
Well,
yeah,
You had to go for it, had
yeah,
to.
you had to, absolutely.
It was one of those, like, Tom and Will both weighed the exact amount as well. Like, they both weighed the same. So it was one of those things, if he had to get it to win.
Yep.
But I was like, why don't you just go 2.5 kilos lighter and then see what we actually had to do? Like, what is the process after someone weighs in exactly the same and their total is exactly the same?
they reweigh him again on that day.
Oh, that's fucking tough, though. It's like
Yeah.
people
So
start...
straight after they'll weigh you, and then whoever's the heaviest loses. So
That's definitely Will.
That's from the peckish.
I eat a lot on
Peckish
comp day.
bloke.
yeah,
I'm not a person that gets nervous and doesn't eat. Not
Yeah.
at all. I'm one of the, I'm there between every lift, shoveling whatever I can.
Yeah.
but you got to, because that's how you last the day.
Yeah.
Like people that don't, they
Especially that comp.
their
that comp
deadlifts
was-
just go in the gutter, and that's
And that's his main lift. So
Yeah.
it's one of the ones that we got to stay strong
Yeah.
for the whole
Yeah.
time, for
got
sure.
lost. But yeah, that comp especially was,
yeah.
God, it was ridiculous. It was
So what do you eat on comp day?
a lot of liquid carbs.
Yep.
So start of the day, we'll have a big fatty salty meal. If I'm good with weight,
Yep.
pro roll is a bit different to our
Yeah.
weight, but usually if I'm good with weight and it's a 24-hour weigh-in, whatever, it'll be a really big fatty salty meal in the morning just to kind of fill me up and get me good, and then from there, just a lot of simple, quick, easy food. The crackers, lollies. A lot of liquid carbs that we mix with electrolytes and stuff like that.
Yep.
You do go for a substantial meal, so usually post squat we'll have like
Post-squat,
something that
post-bench.
he eats on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll do like the mince and rice, again avoiding the fats. He'll put extra salt in there and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just so he's got something substantial in his tummy. Because the last thing you want to do is post benching, shoveling in a big meal then. So
Yeah.
that way when you like post squat, it's you've already had a bit of a snacky thing.
Yeah,
You're
and you
feeling
get to lay
alright.
down anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after.
But that would just be chicken and rice, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
substantial. Like
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
not
pretty
huge.
similar to what
No,
I do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
similar.
the last thing you want to do is head into a deadlift and then be stuffing food down your face, and you got to put the belt back on, and you're just like, oh fuck. And that's why you see these guys chucking their guts up halfway through a deadlift, because they've just shoved their face full of shit.
Well, the most important thing you said there is you ate something that you're used to eating.
You're used to eating.
I see so many people just
they're getting Maccas, having a pizza.
shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you haven't been eating that shit all prep. What the fuck means you're going to be able to digest it now on comp day when you're nervous as well?
And
Like
shit in your soft
adrenaline's
suit
going
on your deadlift.
Yeah.
Well, I had to pull Dylan Hawkins. I think it was pre-deadlift or around the bench time, he's like, fuck, I really want a Quest bar. I'm like, dude, when was the last time you had a Quest bar? He goes, I don't know, but I fucking want one. And I'm like, you're not touching a Quest bar.
Because we're at Arnold's and there's like a million Quest signs everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're not touching it. The
Why
fiber,
no other reason you'd be like, I really want a Quest bar.
It'll be like
all the signs everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
Advertising.
that's gonna fuck
Brainwashing.
your guts up real bad. Like, lucky the toilet's right there. If you touch that thing, like, you know, don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to any of us. Like, stick with something that you know. So again, I grabbed out one of the peckish crackers that Will's got sitting in his duffel bag and gave him a handful. We got that shit on tap.
But it's funny, we know all this stuff now, and like we know all the science, and we know that, or just through anecdotally, it works.
Yep.
But in my first comp, we had it was a fairly long day, and we had big flights, and there was a lot of time before lift. So if you've ever been to Scott's gym, old gym, PTC Brisbane, there was KFC down the road, and literally in between bench and deadlift, we went and got like a family meal. So like.
He wouldn't be touching that shit now, not if I'm around. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know how I managed to do what I
I did
did.
eat a Two Guys burger before my deadlift at my first comp.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
back
PB.
then.
Yeah.
But that's a good burger.
You can get
I'm kind of used to that burger as well.
You can get away with it to some degree. And that's the issue, is that people, they do get away with it. Same with the weight cutting.
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't
people
do it now,
get
but
away
then I
with
did,
it.
yeah.
But when you start getting to that bigger level, like, and if, you know, you start putting food in your body and it's foreign, and like I said, you get away with it once or twice, and then all of a sudden you have that one comp and something goes wrong. Like, what's the point of risking it?
But
Like,
also too, heaps fatty food, especially in comp day, is
just
not
slow.
It's too slow, and it's going to slow down the digestion of the carbs. You're not really going to get the benefit of what you need is right then and there.
Yeah.
The benefit out of the food.
and the bloat, like the GI distress, everything. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, go for something that's gonna, you know, kick you up and keep you going
Especially
throughout
for like
the day.
me.
Yeah.
If you're like me, and like at this last pro roll, I didn't have to cut a lot of weight, but the day before was very pretty low residue, wasn't a lot of food, volume. So like we had to take it super careful because like I didn't have anything, and I just knew that anything could set it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was but yeah, these days there's no way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it.
So what do you
Dean
actually?
wouldn't let me.
What do you actually do for your weight cuts? Say for pro roll for 2 hour weigh in. How do you handle that?
Dean's changed it a lot, but we try and that's our first stop is the food, reducing food weight in our body. So like how much food's actually going through our guts.
Yep.
So we just try and cut that down because I have to eat like the amount of food I have to eat regularly is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're on a lot of calories, aren't you?
How many calories are you currently on?
Today it should be
Shh, don't tell Dean.
Yeah.
7,400. So it's quite a lot of
Crazy.
food, especially when you're eating like real food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming into a comp be less, but still it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we cut down the food volume and try and reduce it to like just lollies, liquid carbs, stuff like that. That's just straight in, straight out type business. That usually cuts me a good kilo or two. It's a little bit hit and miss, but it usually does well for me.
What's that like the day before and?
Yeah,
Or-
just the day before, a couple days before,
Couple
maybe
days
if
before,
we're
maybe.
really desperate,
Yeah.
but not. Yeah, it tends to goes pretty quick. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah.
That's one that most people just don't bother with at all, which surprised me, but that's cool.
What, cutting the food volume down?
Kind of the food, the food weight,
Food
yeah.
weight, yeah.
Yeah, that tends to get through, and I mean, you're still getting the same calories in. We just match calories, so it's still exactly the same amount.
So instead
Still
of
a lot
eating,
of lollies.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
What I used to do with the fighters is make them eat fish, egg whites, olive oil, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
exactly
like
it.
you go get the calories,
Instead
but
of
they just
eating-
not get the food bulk.
yeah, instead of eating 2 or 3 kilos, you're like under a kilo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be the next one. So obviously, if that's still not a bit off, then we'll cut the carbs. So like with the eating the proteins and the fats
Yeah.
mainly. But again, it won't be a huge amount. But usually I have so much to play with because like my carbs at the moment are like 1,000 or something. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So low carb day if you use like 600 grams.
It's still a hassle, hey?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that'll usually get us over the line. But if not, we'll just go for some little bit of water manipulation stuff. So like that last one for Pro Raw was probably the biggest carb I've done in a long time, and
that was only about 2.5 kilos over the week.
Still wasn't much, and we still only I didn't water load per se. I just kind of rocked up, and the day before when I was handling all my athletes, I just kind of wore a jumper and pants and just sweated it out during the day.
Right.
So we still avoided. There's no
saunas.
So you didn't have to have a hot bath or anything?
No, I still avoided that. I really hate doing that stuff because A, it's super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not fun. And then B, like just trying to like dry out you internally as well. Like I find it has a bigger effect than if I just kind of put a jumper on and go for a walk or sweat it
Naturally sweat it out.
The day before I was running around rapping everybody, so it worked out really well, and it was pretty easy. But like still not fun. But it, like from a sense of like I still ate a lot of calories. Still ate a lot of. Is that him? Is it? Yeah, still had a lot of calories. Still had all my energy. Didn't cut carbs. Just sweated it out a little bit. Didn't do any sauna. So I haven't had to cut a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So I'm really. I think if that comes with it now, because I've gained a good few kilos, if I ever want to go back to the 110s, we'll have to experiment a little bit more. But
what's your body weight sitting at now?
About 118.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
So I'm still not a proper 125, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, but that's a good problem to have because some of the guys will be cutting.
I'm so looking forward to eating into.
So am I. I can't wait. 12 weeks and I don't have to diet.
It's not even that. It's not even the like cutting into comp, but it's literally just the stress of thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think like just like you know what? I feel like a burger. It's like okay, cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully if I can gain about 2 more kilos, sit at a good lean 120, I'll be really happy because at least then my lean mass is going to be on par with most of them. The other guys are still probably going to be heavier, but
you'll be more
I'll hopefully be a bit leaner and then balance it. I don't know.
I reckon I could put a bet on that you'll be the leanest.
It's hard though because most of the guys you look at, like Will's got a famous quote from one of our leading into Pro Raw that the 125s used to be the fat 110s.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep quoting that because I'm like, you're going to be a fat 110. That's what because I don't want him to go up, but he's like, oh.
The key word to that before anybody gets offended is used to be.
now they're all 6 foot plus.
Yeah, now they're 7 foot fucking monsters.
Didn't Broderick tell you to go up anyway?
Broderick wanted me to be like
140.
He wanted
135.
Yeah, he told me I should be in 75, cutting down to the 67s.
He wants Will at 300 pounds.
Yeah, we're gonna get you 300 pounds. I'm like, no. 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 We'll go 120 first and then see how that goes. Yeah. And it's been a mission to get to 120, so I don't think
you got a good metabolism, you know what I mean? So you got a fast metabolism. So it
used to be good, now it's just a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah. But it just makes it hard once you get to that top end. Because some of those 125ers, they'll be eating 4,000 calories
most
a
of them
day.
are way less. Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah, and so for you've got to push it up to that 8,000 mark, and then that's a whole.
And whenever I do anything like this, whenever I'm not at home, whenever I have even like a not normal day, if I wake up and I miss breakfast and I go and do 3 hours of clients, I'm like, fuck, I am behind. It's such a hassle to catch up, but especially when I'm out of home and like don't have access to cooking like straight up, like it's even more just ridiculous. So
that's why he's always got me on call. Mickey, can you chuck some bacon on for me? Can I eat bacon and eggs? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cook myself some bacon and eggs too.
Drinking carbs constantly. People think I'm drinking some magic concoction of all these amino acids or whatever, and I'm fucking like, nice. That's 100,
Maximus, bro.
That's 100 grams of sugar.
So I just couldn't be bothered chewing lollies anymore. Just drink them. Yeah,
for sure. Liquid calories.
That being said, he still eats like fruits and veggies. So when people are like, "Oh, what about health?" I'm like, "What is
you're
health?"
Probably eating 5,000 calories in real food, and then there's another 2,500 calories coming from juice and this,
the other stuff.
So my liquids will be
stuff like that. So
you can't have 7,500 calories.
5,000 calories are like that's generally
food.
what I eat, and
it's
I
ridiculous.
generally get from normal food. It's a lot of food.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, even if you're trying to cut the food volume down, it's a lot of food.
Yeah.
But I'll have 2 of those a day, pre and intra training, which are 100 grams of carbs each. And then I'll have 1 shake, which is like 1,000 calories of protein, carbs, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of oil. I don't know. And then I'll have a litre of apple juice a day.
So what are your fats on a day, roughly?
Not that high. The 130.
Have you tried putting your fats a bit higher and dropping the carbs a bit to see if you can gain on that, or?
Yeah. We have. It's I can, but it's just.
You don't feel as.
Dean's got separate phases where he goes through the higher fat.
I do. When on the lower carb, that it'll switch.
Yeah.
Around, but Dean's very much a high carb guy now. I mean, like he's the man to talk about that. He's heavily into it, and for reasons as well.
Yeah, there are
Broderick's big on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my carbs are always way higher. And
I know I get better results, even whether I'm like trying to cut or even just performance wise, whatever, if I'm on the lower end of the fat and then higher carbs.
You'd be stupid not to in a sport where we're
I'm completely different. Like I get to a certain level of carbs and I just get GI distress bloats me up.
Yeah, obviously.
So I've got to get my like a lot of my about 40% of my calories come from fats. Which is crazy. But
at least it's easy.
I do better on that. I do like my guts don't blow up. It doesn't affect my training. If I go no carb though, like I just like if I go keto, I do need carbs, but I can't really get around above that sort of 500 gram mark of carbs a day for too long a period. Just destroys my
Sometimes
guts.
it's worth like cycling it as well as like exactly.
So like I do have
it.
higher carb days randomly, but I just find I just can't back those 500 gram plus carb days up. I've gone against each other.
Yeah, over time it takes time. Like I remember I was eating 1,800 calories and putting weight on, and now I'm eating 2,500 calories and losing weight on that. And it's one of those things like that's taking me 12 months to be able to gradually build that up. But I mean, it's the same thing with any of our clients, like with the nutrition clients. They'll start with me. I've got females coming to me eating 1,200 calories a day, and I'm like,
standard.
maintaining weight at 1,200 calories. I'm like, what the fuck?
That is terrible.
And now they're maintaining weight on 2,000 calories, and like, my training's the best it's ever been. I'm like, that's because you're eating more food. You're eating more food that's allowing you to perform better in the gym, and you're going to get bigger and stronger from that. So, yeah,
100%.
And nutrition's been a big thing since bringing Dean on. Like I mean, nutrition's always been a big thing, being bodybuilding background and stuff like that, but I kind of got out of it after bodybuilding because I was sick of dieting. I was sick of like counting my food or having a diet plan, and then I got out of it once I left bodybuilding and just ate pretty much as I could. And then but yeah, before Pro 9 I basically said I've got Nathan, Sebastian, at that time, Daniel Blanford. I've got these guys, and they're only like, they're just this much above me. It's not a huge amount. I know I can beat them, but I need everything working together.
You need them all to be there.
I need all the 1%ers.
You need to show up,
Yeah, so that's when we switched, and it obviously worked wonders. Cause
well, there you go. You mentioned Pumba. Pumba's making a comeback, so maybe you'll give
Sebastian
a run for his money.
Sydney Cup, men to watch. He'll hate you saying that, but I message him all the time, and I'm like, when are you come back? But I think he's at 100 though for your comp, right?
Yeah,
so he's he needs to put some size back on.
I don't think he'll go to the 95s though if he goes to Pro.
He'll take on Pat and Stenzel and Deacon and all those
the
boys.
List goes on.
The list goes on.
It's a big class. But I'd love to see him go at 110 and take on Baz. Like, I thought, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just because you're not there anymore, hey? You want someone to be competitive.
Yeah, you want a show.
Yeah, but you want a competitive division. That's
totally. That's what makes it entertaining. That's why the 110s has always been really entertaining at Pro Raw, because it's always been, like...
So competitive.
Yeah.
Baz is super competitive, so I think he would hate it if there wasn't anyone there.
Yeah. 100%. If you're going to win and you win...
Yeah, he won't want to win by like a huge margin. He wanted to...
People think people sometimes like see him at comps and think he's a dickhead, but like I know from competing against him so much, he's just fucking competitive. Because like we'll be best friends and then literally walk in that room out the back or whatever on our competition day, and he's just like won't even look at me, won't speak to me, or anything.
This year was alright. No, we had a few good chats.
He's okay this year, but during the lifting, no chance. No,
he's very focused.
He does get very focused, even in training when he's training at his gym. People don't talk to him, don't disturb him. He's just doing what he's doing.
And then after comp finishes, boom, best friends. Yeah, so like he's just so competitive. So I think to have Daniel there to push him again, especially since Daniel beat him at Pro 8. I think it'll be so good. Jeez, like
I get excited again.
I love it, and now I get to watch it as too because I'm on the next day now. So fun, but
you got Ryan.
Big things coming. Yeah, oh jeez, Ryan.
Ryan and all the other boys in the 125s.
Yep.
That's what you're doing against. I don't want him to go up. So that's, I'm like, you're big enough as it is, and you're already it's already uncomfortable living with you. Like,
You want the 85 kilos back.
I'm happy
Who
with
was
it.
that man I fell in love with in the beginning?
Everyone thinks that. Everyone says, "Why am I going up? Like, why am I going up when I'm going to be less competitive at 125 than I am at 110?"
But just drives you further.
I feel like now, like I've got Ryan to chase, and I'm like, this motherfucker, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I want you.
Like, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be. Don't put bets on, but like,
Yeah, but it's the drive for the competition.
I just love having someone to chase and just go, look at you. And it's not like I can't go back to 110.
But sometimes just staying in the one division too, like you just shoot yourself in the foot too, because
you're
limiting yourself to get stronger too.
To get bigger, to get stronger, to get
like 100%.
everything.
You know, look at Ed Cohen. He just made progressing up the way. He was one of the greatest powerlifters of all time. But once he was out of a weight division, he couldn't made any more. The weight cuts got too hard. He just moved to the next one, and then he got better.
Yeah.
And well, he probably was the best in that weight division regardless.
Already.
But most people are not going to be. But you go into that weight division, people start to think that they want to be the champion next year, and unless you will, that's probably not reality. But
Well, the thing is as well, and I mean, like, unless you're at that level, what's the point in, holding yourself back?
Yeah.
But it's different when Will is at that level, when he is top of the game and he is super competitive. But again, you look at some of the guys that are doing 110s internationally, and they don't weigh 110.
Yeah.
They're not 110.
Yeah.
So that's his ideology. It's like, if I need to be competitive 110 on an international scale, I'm not going to be 110.
Yeah.
And it's a 2-hour weigh-in versus a 24-hour weigh-in as
Absolutely.
well.
which
That's the
makes
difference.
a massive difference. So
Yeah,
that Pro Raw is that great neutralizer with that 2-hour
100%.
weigh-in. Just cooks people. So
hopefully next year I can get into like getting the 125s at Pro Raw, do some damage. Hopefully, get up near the 1,000 mark.
Yeah.
And then if it all goes to plan and everything, then I can still cut back to 110 and
Boss of bosses, maybe?
do my records
That's
there.
on.
Yeah, Boss of Bosses is definitely a big possibility because it's at the other end of the year, something like that. Or hopefully rate comes up finally to 110 and we can have some fun there. So, because
it's crazy. Dude,
Freak. Go
Rate's
back to where you came from.
insane. I just got like he's just the best guy as well. Super nice. But God, geez, you watch him, man. The only word I have for it is he's a professional. It's like holy shit, this guy is not fucking around.
100%.
Like everything is like when we're talking about my little weaknesses or little things. Like he's like, fuck, this dude's just bulletproof.
Yeah.
And I don't think he'll have any trouble going 1,100 in the next year.
I mean, probably all these years of that IPF single play.
He said he's been training 14 years.
Yeah,
competing 14 years. Sorry.
Yeah, wow.
Like
great.
He's the
great
same age
base.
that's what
as
makes
well.
me a little bit
Yeah.
okay with it because at first I was like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Come to
Yeah,
my
out of
country.
nowhere. It's not out of nowhere. Yeah.
And then he said that he's been competing 14 years.
He
And
beat Yuri Belkin.
You look up his comp history on like open powerlifting and it's like this long.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
you're like, oh, okay, calm down. I've only been doing it for three and a bit years, so it's okay. I'll let him hold that, and then I'll catch up.
Give me 14 years.
Yeah.
In 11 years, I'll get you right.
Just sit down and relax and let me do some catch ups.
Well, that's it. It's the longevity of the sport, and I guess powerlifting to some degree is one of those sports where you should be able to do it for a long time. And Will's going to talk about this in his workshop tomorrow. That staying injury free is the one thing that's going to hold you.
It's the
one
most important thing.
That's where progression really is made, is staying away from injuries.
100%.
Yeah.
So while we're on that topic, Will, tell us a bit about your philosophy on training.
Jeez. It's come a long way because at the start, like I told you, it's been. At the start, it was very erratic, and I was just kind of when I was coming into. So my first coach coming into. My first comp was conjugate, West Sidey, and at that point it was just I do enough squat, bench and deadlift than I was at previously in bodybuilding, which wasn't hard to do, and made really good gains. She taught me a lot of the little technical things and stuff, and then after that I went to Thomas and was very linear, very kind of, you do your fives and then you do your fours and then you do your threes and that's how you come into a comp, and very high volume, much higher volume than I was on the conjugate one. a lot less focus on speed and things like that. And then took a lot from Thomas. Probably it still shows in my own coaching, my own training a lot. Learn a lot, especially from the technique side. I think that's Thomas's biggest thing. He's so good at the technique, like communicating technique. So I took a lot from him from that. And then in recent times, learning more about just body and movement and stuff from my current coach, Tony Bonvecchio, who's an ex-Cressy sports guy. Yep. Who now focuses on powerlifting but has a big kind of sports background, big obviously baseball with Cressy background. So now I do a lot more of that stuff and the intensity's much less. Yeah. So kind of mix that all together and we get a weird basket of things that I like doing, but still take a lot from all these guys. But the biggest thing probably in the most recent times is being able to learn to dial it back and not train to failure, or at least close to real close to failure within the light. Every single week going in, I just can't do that anymore. I just get overuse injuries, like straight up. All my old little things just keep flaring up. I've developed little like twistings in my squat and stuff. So I've just had to focus big on movement and actually making sure I have range in my hips, make sure I have range in my shoulders, and that's my own training is mainly based around that now. Is just kind of do enough of the main lifts that's necessary to build a stimulus to progress, and then the rest is kind of just moving well. Whereas before I was a lot more like, we have to grow, we have to get bigger, hypertrophy, and I'll push my accessories. I'll be trying to get PBs on like my bent over row or something. And now a lot less focus on that stuff. So for me, that's probably the biggest change I've made to my training. Obviously led by my coaches, learning a lot from them, and then and then that's flowed into my coaching as well. I don't need to push people as hard anymore.
You're a big believer in building momentum.
100%.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I try and teach all my guys, that we build momentum. So each week we smash it. We're 2-3 reps from failure, belting it out, and then the next week is easy mentally anyway. Because I'm just like, fuck, I smashed it last week. I'm gonna smash it this week.
That confidence coming into your next session.
You do that for 3 months in a row in a comp prep or whatever, and then you get to the day and you're like, fuck, this is going to be easy. You
haven't missed any lifts in training. You're not going to feel insecure about anything.
This is going to be easy. I'm just going to come out and I'm just going to do what I normally do, which is just smash my lifts.
Well, that's what you said, like, obviously about grinding out reps. And that's a big thing I try and do with my people as well. Like, but allow them to go heavy, but maybe go heavy once a month. So go close to that failure or hard technical breakdown once a month, whether it's a rep out set or whether we're taking a harder single, but not doing it more often than that. Something that's challenging them so they feel like that they're working at a higher percentage, but then the rest of the time they're actually spent drilling that motor pattern and keeping a couple reps short from failure.
So we do like 4 or 5 week mesocycles. For me personally, it's three on, 1 off. And then, so like you said, it'll be the first week's pretty piss easy. I'll come in and just pretty much just smash it. Get a feel for the new accessories or some other weird shit that we're doing, new warm-ups. Second week will be, you pushing 2 reps from failure type thing. And then the third week, I'm like, all right, this is it's hard. That's what we're doing. And then we'll do M-raps or whatever. But same thing. We're only really going hard for that 1 week. And if you go through all the best Instagram of all the best lifters in the world, they're all doing the same thing. So there seems to be something to it. That's been the biggest training thing that I've changed. There's way more, obviously. But if I could name one thing that I've done differently recently, which has made a big impact, it's that. Nothing really technical changed or anything like that. So.
And do you think, like, obviously, like you said, how are you going for your bent over rows and trying to break PRs on that? So obviously for you right now at this point of time, hypertrophy is not a weakness, but the other stuff's weaknesses. Would you integrate that within phases and cycles for people? So obviously a bit more of a structural balance type focus in one part of the phase, and then maybe another part of the phase pushing their accessory work, or how do you do that sort of stuff?
I mean, I guess it depends person to person a little bit, but there's always some sort of hypertrophy in phases. I think just doing stability only accessories would be probably a stupid way to go about it. But yeah, for me, it's mainly that. But yeah, for most other people, there's some level of hypertrophy in there. I don't really fade so much, just mix it. So just work out what they can handle and just keep it at that limiter where they can.
Yeah.
Really, it's as long as they're not like 4 weeks out and trying to push for PBs on the accessories, or even 8 weeks out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you still see it. You're like, fuck, 4 weeks out, and I'm like, they're grinding out rows.
Do you see that? I don't see that very often.
Yeah.
I just turn my Instagram off sometimes. I'm like, whoa.
But it's also looking at like what someone at 180 kilos versus a 52 kilo chick, what they can handle is two completely different things. And we were talking about like Aaron Sim before, what he can handle on his deadlift versus what someone else can handle. Two completely different people, and so like that's why Will does weekly progressions he doesn't hand out like a 4-week mesocycle every single week. He has a base of how he's going to overlay that meso.
And we have a plan, but then each week I look at the RPEs or what I expect the lift to look at for that percentage, and then they'll send me through videos and I'm like, well, why does that squat look like shit when it was meant to go?
Well, that didn't go according to plan.
Yeah, so if it looked like shit, what do you ask them? Like, how did you sleep? Check their nutrition.
Check all that, but then if it's fine,
the body weight, and then
we'll step it back.
Yeah,
we're always looking for a reason. Like there had to be a reason that why that score was shit when I expected it to be great.
Yeah,
and then there'll be something usually glaringly obvious.
Yeah, but people are like, oh no, everything was fine.
I only slept 4 hours last night. Like,
and then you find out they went out drinking the night before or something.
Yeah, there's always, it's usually really obvious.
Yeah,
but
when you go check their Instagram story,
just take it back 5% or whatever, and then whatever, continue on, march on.
It's a lot easier if you start out light, that you can always add more than if you hit failure and in the first week and you're at like, you're grinding out set to 5 and then you've got to pull it back. That's never a momentum builder, is it?
Yeah, 100%. And that's why he'll also tell people like, work within a 5 to 10%. If it's feeling like shit, just back it off a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give people a lot of ranges. The RPE thing, a lot of people don't get. I probably should just teach people.
Yeah, RPE is not great.
I think it's hard for a lot of people because some people I've seen post RPE 9. I'm like, fuck, that looks like a 15, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could have got another one or no?
I think you just shut your spleen out.
No, I think it's certainly a useful tool, but most people, like you said, butcher the crap out of it.
It's just individual, and people don't have enough
and I think you've got to be
awareness.
experienced, and I think everyone's sort of probably got their own RPE scale, and you've got to work out what that individual person.
That's why I watch their videos.
Perceive, but I always judge, like, I do the same thing. I don't give them a weekly program. I still do the month meso, but when they send me their training videos and I look at the bar speed, I'll go, okay, next week's changing, or we're adding more volume, or we're going up, or we're coming down.
Yeah, exact same thing. I just give it weekly.
I find that if I give them the monthly, sometimes for some people they get to see what they got to do over the month, and then they're less likely to go do some stupid shit on the weekend because they go, oh no, this is going to be a fucking heavy squat session.
But then the opposite to that would be the people that say like, oh fuck.
Then you got the other people that dread it as well.
So they see in 12 weeks they've got a deadlift like this PB, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. Fuck,
and that's where it just comes down to like communicating with them. If they're the sort of person that likes to know how that block's going to be, then you just be like, okay, sweet, 100%. Let's sit down, let's have a call, let's talk about what this plan's going to be.
Yeah.
And then the other people exactly like, if they don't want to know, then they don't care, and they're happy just getting a week to week, then no sweat off the back.
Personally, I get it week to week, and sometimes I'll walk into the gym and I'll be like, fuck, I don't even know, what am I doing? And I'll like, I have no idea. I know it's going to be a bench session or whatever, because that's just how I structure my week, but half the time I'll rock up and I'll be like,
what did you do today?
What am I doing? We did 350 deadlift. Because he just, So
did you get it? I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
I haven't seen it.
We would have kicked him out if you missed a lift. He wouldn't be on the podcast about that fucking rookie. Get out of the gym.
wasn't super easy, but we got there.
What RPE would you give it?
25.
No,
what about that little knee
that was
knock?
a 7.
That was a good slap too. Damn.
Just can't let my secrets.
How many packies did you eat through your session?
Just the one. Just the one.
Minus
oh well.
me
one
and
packet.
Yeah, I was going to say minus.
I stole your gains. That was what happened. Sorry, bro.
Would have got it too.
Yeah.
No.
I should have eaten mine before my deadlifts.
So how important do you think technique is within the apart from the program? I mean, a lot of people I see these days tend to try and chase programs, looking for the magical program, but I don't think the program is really just the coach's way of structuring and manipulating fatigue. I don't think you can't just take a program and think you're going to get the results. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, we're doing powerlifting here.
Yeah.
We're squat benching and deadlifting. So anybody that thinks there's a magical program out there, I'm like, we're squat benching and deadlifting. I'm like, this isn't fucking complicated. You know what I mean? Like the most complicated programs I've seen are still basic. Just the progression and that might be a bit complicated, but like there's still nothing crazy in powerlifting. So I have to remember that. But geez, I forgot where I was.
Technique.
Technique. Mikki would laugh because I do that all the time. But so I turned to her straight away.
He's like, what are we talking about?
No, the technique. It's a hard one because if you're not. On one hand, I've met people that are over into it, and if they're doing one little thing wrong, then they'll cut back 20% and fucking make it perfect, and they'll only ever squat 60 kilos in their life. But then on the other hand, probably more and more so people underrate it. And at the end of the day, like you said, if you got basic, I've met people who are incredibly strong, who their programs are just, 1 week I'll do this, and then the next week I'll go be heavier, and then if that's a bit hard, then I'll cut a rep and I'll do that heavier, and it's. Yeah, like even you're talking about Ed Cohn, like look at his programs that he's written.
Very simple.
You're like, fuck, this can't be right. Like what Ed was doing, way harder.
Yeah, there must be some secrets in there somewhere.
But if you ever watch Ed's videos and stuff like that, he was just a technician. You know what I mean? And that's obviously the biggest thing that worked for him. Like his program was very simple, but it also took him however many years to figure out that this is the amount of volume I need, and this is how fast I'm able to push it up without destroying myself. And these are the exercises I find carry over best to building my squat, bench, and deadlift. And then he's just put it together, and he's just been so technically efficient that
slowly progressed it.
Yeah, and very slow, like which I think some people look and go, I pulled 320, next stop 380. And it's like, relax, bro, maybe 322 or 325.
Yeah. Small wins add up. Technique. I mean. If you can get it 90% of the way there, you'll be right. As long as you're not hurting yourself, biggest thing. Yeah. And then B, it's like it's not that ugly, like it's mostly there. Then we'll push on, and we'll use accessories to try and fix whatever they are whilst we're pushing. I'm not going to pull somebody back just because they're getting this slight little thing happening in their like most people don't last, and like they'll just get bored. They'll run away and see somebody else that wants to thrash them. But I was like especially working under Thomas for so long, and man, that pushes technique ridiculous, and we'll pick on the smallest things, like whether you wouldn't even see ever. It's obviously it's been a huge part of my training and everything. But that's
I guess it just comes down to like looking at your joint health and your hip health, and then looking like
as long as if someone the risk of injury,
so many variables.
Is the main
like that exactly that it there's so many variables, and so like Will's always, if someone's like, I've got a bit of tendonitis issue, is it stemming from the shoulder, is it stemming from the spine? Like you always have to be looking at all these other objectives as well, and working out, is it a technique issue, or is it just like that you lack mobility, or is this not stable, and is that what's causing this technical breakdown? So sometimes again it's
and again so it's assessing the individual and making sure that the training process is individualized and it's just not a basic template. Well, it might be a template, but then you're looking at what the person's doing technically, and then adjusting the accessories and the warm-ups and all the mobility work so that they can actually execute the program properly, and then adjusting the weights according to what the person can handle.
Most people I find like technique issues I can just cue out of, or I can give them a warm-up to help them feel the thing that's not working. And that'll fix most people. I find I can just kind of program around it. But then obviously there are going to be issues where they're going to need to see physio, or they're going to have to, like, I'm going to need to get some feedback on that. We're doing this online, I'm going to have to get some feedback to actually know, like, what's happening.
Well, that's the hardest part. I just can't see.
It is. It's sometimes I wish I could train all my people in person, but that's the thing. It's just impossible. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough people in the Gold Coast that powerlift for me to make any money off. I wouldn't. I have to live on the street and coach them. Yeah. I don't know. But
there's no way you get your calories in if you do that.
Yeah.
Tank and I can want to live with you when you live on the street either.
But when I left Cairns, when we moved from Cairns, I promised to myself that I only wanted to work with powerlifters or people with a goal, a goal. Yeah. Because in Cairns, I was just training your mums who...
The plotters.
Anybody who just wanted to come and tell people that they had a trainer.
Yeah.
And
they're the worst.
It pissed me off.
Why aren't I getting results? I've got a PT. It's like... Yeah, but you still got to do the work. I'm not going to get you.
Fucking banana bread every morning and the 7 sugars in your fucking coffees.
Oh, he'd have people walk in the door and he's like, sweet, how'd your week go? You know, like, when was your last training session? When I saw you last. When was that? That was a fucking week ago, mate. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just got over it. And I just said, this is shit. When we moved to Gold Coast, obviously we moved to the Gold Coast to get into PTC. Yeah. Work with Thomas directly. I was just like, I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. Like it's easy money, but I don't enjoy it. I'm waking up dreading going to the gym because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to see this person. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't happening. So
now we're working with people that we love working with, and we don't feel like we're working a day in our lives.
That's the best way.
Bullshit.
To a degree. The nutrition.
I miss my dogs. My hips are sore from flying. No.
Yeah, I want my dogs. Yeah. I miss my dogs.
Missing the dogs is the worst. So speaking of dogs, are you guys going to go down and watch Big Dogs?
No.
Well, we are. So, we'll
when is
give
it?
A shout out. No, it's in October. So, we're going to drive down with our...
I think we're in New Zealand
I actually haven't been to any of them.
Okay. Oh, really?
Any of them. Nah, it's... Like, I think I'd really enjoy it, and I think it'd be cool to catch up with the powerlifting community. Yeah. I think that'd probably be the highlight of it for me, really.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, but no, it's in Frankston, so I don't really go to Frankston. Been there well enough times, especially because the Navy recruit base is just down the road. And
you could go hang out with your mate.
Nah, and then
do a training session with them.
Oh God, no! Don't want to picture that place again. But it's I don't. The other thing is I just don't know their backstory, and that kind of like I see Andre squat 400, and I'm like, fuck, that's impressive, but
who's Andre?
Yeah.
I don't know, Andre.
I know what you mean. It's not the same as when you go and compete against Nathan Jones or something like that.
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah. Or when I prep somebody in and I know that we've had this issue and that issue and I'm like, fuck. And then when we get the comp and I hit a PB and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, this is the best day ever. Even though it might only be 100 kilo squat or whatever, but I'm like...
Yeah, but it's the reward. That's the rewarding factor of it.
I'm invested in it.
That's the whole point of being a coach in a sport where you want to coach and not just doing the...
And to be honest, powerlifting isn't that fun to watch. Like,
being fair, but like Big Dogs, we went and watched it last year.
I'm sure it's great. I'm not saying Big Dogs is shit.
As for watching powerlifting, I think it's one of the best. Because
has to be,
it's just so fast paced.
It's a fast day, and every lift is...
it's intense. It's very intense.
Yeah, opening
it's pretty
squat,
cool
you're still like
it's 400 kilos.
Oh, we will go to one. I'll make sure we are. But this year we're in New Zealand in October. So I'm going on a fucking holiday, thank you.
Yeah, we booked our honeymoon. We go off to Thailand in December.
Nice. So we booked it a year in advance. Because every time we find an excuse not to go on holiday.
Yeah.
And so like we're just like, hey, we're just gonna book this a year in advance, and whatever happens, I don't care.
Just fall and just do it. Yeah,
we'll make it work.
Yeah, well, everyone kept saying to us, when are you going to go on your honeymoon? Yeah, we will.
There's always something on.
We only booked it last week. We're like, that's it. It's got to go in.
Yeah, it's got to go make it happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, life just carries on.
Otherwise, we need another week.
There's always reasons. There's always excuses. There's always something.
Yeah.
Just have to do it.
That's right.
So tell us about the dogs.
We've got two. We've got Akin, who's our first dog, and he is what?
You don't know what?
3 years.
Oh, mate.
What shit, Dad.
and he's a husky Kelpie, a weird mix. Gets a lot of weird looks. He's a bit of an odd one. He stands out, but he was a. You give me bad looks. He is odd.
She's like, wait till I
He's
tell
lovely, but he's odd. Yeah, but he was our first dog, and then we've got Tank, who is our second dog, who was meant to be a big American Staffy.
Meant to be a tank.
Meant to be a tank. We're like, yeah, he's going to be big buff.
To be a little mini.
My man. But now he's the runtest little pulley. Probably the smallest American Staffy I've ever seen.
Oh. He's Tanky Spanky is his nickname. Or Tank the Terror. He gets a lot. Will has a million nicknames. He'll put on like this baby voice for him as well. It's very cute. Will's going to be a cute dad.
Yeah.
So
he's a doggy dad.
Working from home, the vast majority of the time, they're our companions. They're a big part. I wish they could come to the gym and live in the gym like us, like you guys. But
Tank basically does. I think all the boys in the gym, Tank is the gym dog because he doesn't get along with other dogs.
Too much energy. They're too young. Give them 5 years and they'll probably live in the gym. But for now, they run 50 circles when they get there and annoy everybody and want to lick
Tank's
everyone's faces. And
yeah, but see, that's the good thing about George and Otis. Like, Otis will go pretty feral and he'll give it a good nudge. He'll like persist for a while, but then he's just like,
yeah,
they've got to have a little nap.
Yeah.
He's like tongue out.
And that's Tank as well. Like, I think when he first gets into the gym, he's really excited and all the boys are like, hey, Tank, because he doesn't get along with other dogs.
Yeah.
So the gym is kind of his social thing. He fucking loves people. So he's all over the boys. Hey, guys, I'm here. Come see me. And then give him an hour and a half and he's like, yeah, fuck yous. Don't fucking talk to me anymore. So, but yeah, and then Arkin is on the other scale. Like, he doesn't really like people. He's kind of like an old man. And then with other dogs, he's friendly, but he's been bashed on a few times by like gangs of dogs. So he doesn't get along with big dogs very well.
Yeah.
But little dogs, he's alright.
He'd love your dogs.
Yeah, he'd love them.
George has been attacked that many times when we've been out. Well, first it happened at my dad's house. Cheers, Dad. This little runt that they adopted, this old guy, Toby, he grumpy old man dog, but just small dog syndrome, just latched onto George's side within the first 30 seconds we walked through the gate on Boxing Day. And I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Shannon just like ripped him off and we were like, and George was just like still like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, so then he's been attacked a few times. He's been attacked a few times, like not massively attacked, but like really aggressive smaller dogs. Like
dogs love having a go at
but
George.
never once has he done. He's never even snarled or any. He just looks with his little dopey face.
Yeah.
He's so cruisy.
He's just so chilled out.
Because he's got his balls, so some dogs obviously smell it and they're like, trying to dominate.
Yeah.
Whereas Otis, if another dog like barks and gets upset at George, Otis gets a little bit like
that's Tank. Tank's the terror. So Tank will just go around and fucking terrorize everyone, and he'll bark at you, and he'll just like with other dogs, with people he's fine. He'll just want to cuddle you and stuff. But Arkin, like I said, he hates wheels. He's been run over by bikes. So many people just like run into him, and he's like, what the fuck? So now whenever he sees a bike, he like
Bikes,
watches
cars,
you.
prams.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking get you. So we've walked past the pram, and he's jumped at the pram, not at the baby, but at the wheels. But obviously the mum's like, oh my god,
you're gonna attack my baby. Yeah.
So they're good boys. They're our babies. So good.
Big dog people, but if Mikki gets away, we'll probably have 15 dogs.
I said to him like when I retire, well, not that I'm gonna ever like retire, but like my dream life.
I am.
my dream life. My dream life is having like this massive fucking yard, like this massive acreage, awesome house, and then I'll just have like 50 fucking dogs.
So you basically just want to be Kate Mitchell Parker.
But
she's
not
a farm,
as big.
right?
But not as big. I just want dogs. So
I mean, all the animals.
She's got Hermione and Malfoy.
She's got the best animals.
She's got so many.
Yeah,
horses,
the cow. How good's the shaggy
ducks.
cow?
Yeah.
I love it.
Hermione.
Everything. God.
And good old Hermione. But so basically, Kate definitely is like my idol in terms of like lifestyle.
Yeah.
If only
you tagged me in those 3 bulldogs who are available. I'm like, can we ship them to from New Zealand to Australia? We'll take them. Because it was funny. The night before, I had a dream that we had 7 dogs.
Yeah.
These
perfect.
2 and another 5. And I had some other weird animal too. I weird dreams. Anyway.
But I volunteer at an animal shelter as well, so I'm
cool.
I'm fucking all over it. Anytime someone pulls me up about dogs, like literally I'll walk down the street and someone's like, oh, like I'll be with Ark and I'm like, oh, what breed is that? Half an hour later, I'm still having a chat with him. Will's there, like sitting down on
the person's walked away.
Will's just sitting on the seat eating package.
He's just sat down, put his phone out. He's like, you fucking talk so much shit, man. And I'm like, yeah, I love it. We'll just talk about dogs the whole time. I'm crazy.
All right, so tomorrow we got your Mastering the Movement seminar here. And are you running any more?
Got a couple more left. So tomorrow it'll be a huge day. It's going to be fun. We're done Tasmania. first. We did Launceston. We did Mackay last weekend. We're here. We go to Perth next weekend. Then we have a little break in between before we finish down in Melbourne and New Zealand.
Oh,
and then,
awesome.
So when we finish in New Zealand, that's where we're taking that holiday.
Yeah,
okay,
nice.
cool.
So we
Very cool.
finish up there, add that, and then we just stay there basically. We stay there for another week or two, chill out and look around New Zealand, and then catch a cruise back for a week.
Oh, that'd be really good.
Fuck off internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Wi-Fi off. Yeah.
So it's
No,
been-
we'll probably still wake up at like 5 a.m. and do some work.
Do a bit.
And then that'll be it.
Yeah.
Have a holiday.
But we have,
Yeah.
it's just been week, like a whole week is doing our normal work, and then the weekend will be this travel, PT sessions with people I don't usually get to, seminar, and then the next. So it's been the craziest month, like just absolutely non-stop.
We haven't got a
looking
weekend
forward to
off
it.
until the end of October, basically. So we've got like the GPC showdown as well. That's on the 23rd.
Yeah, have some
We've got a
comps.
few guys there. Then
Yep.
then after New Zealand, we'll come up here, come down here, I should say, for Sydney Cup. We've got a handful of guys there as well. So
coming here for it.
yeah, we'll have Zach with a few of his guys at your Battle of the East.
Yep. Next
And
weekend.
then he'll also have a few guys at Sydney Cup as well. So yeah, be really sweet.
Yeah, but it's gone really well. We're getting a lot of great feedback, so hopefully tomorrow's the same. We got some cool people here tomorrow. We got some bodybuilders and stuff, so a little bit different.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're not just powerlifters, so that'll be really fun to hopefully expand their world a little bit.
Do you want to just elaborate on what you go on? You do in this seminar, so when people listen to this, they can get an idea about what they're going to get from it.
Yeah, so originally, like, if it was up to me, it'd probably be a week long.
Yeah.
And it would cover each part of the body really in depth and go super in depth into lifts and stuff. But since it's a 5-hour, 1-day thing, we're covering movement, the body in as much detail as we can, just covering the big check-off list, things that I've learnt that have made me, like how to address shoulders, both rehab and kind of how to train shoulders in the order that I've learnt that works. Hips, low back, same thing. Injury, posture. It gets stuck into that.
Don't get them stuck on posture.
And then, so we cover the whole body in as much detail as I'm allowed in 5 hours, and then we go through warm-ups, pracs, a little bit on the lifts and stuff. But I find usually, since we're visiting powerlifting gyms, that most people are pretty good on squat, bench, deadlift already. So like they get coached by people like yourself, or and they're pretty damn good already. So we haven't dedicated as much time to just practice as in this time. We're trying to get the stuff that most people don't do.
Yeah,
The breathing,
there's
the
definitely
bracing.
a missing link. People are always seeking for the program or the technique, but then they're missing those finer, small things that can pay
And
big
usually-
dividends in the long run.
Yeah, we've got a big topic is the breathing and the bracing and stuff like that, and core training itself, and what is core, I guess, as well. Like giving people an idea as to
just the topics that are often
Overlooked.
brushed over. Like,
or just not put in there.
Or just chucked at the end and then, I'm a bit tired today, so I'm
But
not
it's
gonna
your
do it.
foundation.
The effort's not there for it. But people don't realise that.
But it's the foundation as well. You know what I mean? Like if you're missing a bench.
if you can't brace, you can't squat.
if you don't understand what a brace is.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
If
so
you don't
So
know
what-
Or
I
maybe
suck
you
in
think
there,
you
right?
know what
Yeah.
a brace
Yeah.
is, but you don't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
know.
Most people, when they think of a brace, is take a big breath and go,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So we dive in that a little bit deeper. Yeah. Those topics a little bit deeper, and like I said, I wish I could draw it out, but hopefully this year we get a heap of traction on it, and I can come back next year and make it
Bigger.
2 days, or
Yeah.
make it a full day, or
We have also got an online platform as well that's available in
so
the
that
VIP.
Yep.
Yep. So that's
so
that
what's in the
bridges some
VIP?
gaps.
So what
The
people
heap
can
of
get in the
videos
VIP?
with. I'm lucky. I'm just really lucky that I just know so many cool people. Really, my ex coaches or current coach, Jordan Shallow, a heap of people like that have put their hand up and been super nice to contribute. So like I said, like even though like to me we're diving into these topics, and I just wish I could talk on them way more, but then we've got Jordan and that covering shoulders and way more topics, and so hopefully it bridges some gaps.
We've got Dean on there discussing nutrition, obviously,
There's
as
so
well.
many, well, pretty much all the topics we've just dived into that little bit extra, and in those. So hopefully, if we miss any any questions or any specifics that people wanted to know in these seminars, that they've got that to back up on.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty
Or
awesome.
they've been released as well, so if people are watching them now before they get into the workshop as well, it's going to
Even
give them
better,
some
yeah.
things to talk about, because this workshop, we don't want
maybe
it to
some
be...
questions.
Yeah, we don't want it to be Will talking at people. We want it to be, you know,
Integrating.
yeah,
Conversation,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So that's the
being
benefit.
broad topics, I'm like, if you've got a shoulder issue and we're talking about shoulders, like, I'm probably not covering the issue you have, so please, like, speak up.
Yeah.
Throw it out there.
100%.
Or hopefully Jordan covers it in the video he did, or the video that I did with Tony and his background with Cressy and stuff,
Yeah.
and hopefully he covers a bit of it as well. So, like, yeah, it's literally just to bridge some gaps. Hopefully by they've watched all those videos and done the seminar, we've somewhat covered their questions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100%. So where can people find you if they wanted coaching? Are you taking anyone on? Or diet? Obviously after your holiday.
Yeah. Good.
Busy.
Yeah, these seminars have sparked us some interest, so we've been absolutely flat out with the weeks in between starting people up and stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, we're taking people on. We still have enough room for people.
You've developed the 25-hour day, have you?
Yeah.
Well, we've got Zach as well. Zach is
Zach's
based
my
on the
little-
Central Coast.
Yeah.
my intern, or whatever you want to call him.
Protege.
He'll be here tomorrow.
Not so little.
Not so little. He's like
Not so
he's
little,
actually
is he?
heavier than you at the moment, mate. So
Yeah,
don't fuck
jeez.
around; he'll beat you up. Yeah, so we've got basically to find us, you go to www.nexusperformance.com.au.
Yeah.
We're
That'll
on
lead you.
Instagram as nexusperformance.aus, and then we're also on the Facebooks too. So that's the easiest way.
And if people want to follow you on Instagram, what do you...
For me personally, it's W Croz and WCROZ. Simple, easy. Or just search William Crozier, I'm sure you'll find me.
Yeah.
And that covers all of my lifting, all of my everything that I do, as much as I put out.
Dogs as well.
If it was up to me, I probably
Dogs.
wouldn't post anything. But I
his
try to
case.
feed people at least some of my lifting. So
He doesn't think that people want to know what he does. That's his problem. He's like,
it's the stuff that I find boring. I'm like it's funny. Like I'll think the warm ups are boring or something, and I'm like, I don't want to post my warm ups. Like all I do is some little ab stuff, and it's boring. But then when I post my warm ups, there's like 50
There'll always
people
be some
messaging me
feedback,
like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, this is groundbreaking."
But when he posts his like a 350 deadlift, people are like, oh yeah, cool, like, cool man.
It's
But they
amazing
won't-
what people find interesting. Hey,
Yeah.
and
So-
it's funny. I was talking to Sebastian about that same thing at Pro Raw this year. I'm like, man, you post so much, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, do people like find it interesting? And he's like, man, you'd be amazed. Like the little shit, like people love it.
Yeah.
So
How
like,
often he gets laid.
So like I do need to step it up and be like post some more of the stuff which I find boring.
Yeah.
But other people obviously
Want to know?
love it. So
Cool.
I do need to step it up. I'm doing slap myself.
I'm a hot and cold with it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'll post it, and I'll be like, I'm the same people. No one really cares what I do for my warm ups and then people like always will comment back if I post it. So then
Yeah, they love it,
it'll
hey.
still depend on my mood.
I just get busy. I get fired up one day, post a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And I won't post anything for a
For a
week
month,
because
yeah.
I'm just working.
Yeah.
I'm usually posting on Will's behalf sometimes as well. Not
Somebody
gonna lie.
said to me, they're like,
I'll look for
You
the
wanna
feminine
be
emojis
smiley faces. It's me.
and deadlifts with the peach.
but they want to. Somebody said to me, if you want to be an online coach, which
Yeah.
we are, and it's what we
You
do,
need
and we
to
want to
be
expand.
online.
And they said you need to be online.
That's
And I'm
where
like,
my business comes from.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
My family are like, what are you posting all these workout? Like, who cares what you do in the gym or whatever? And I'm like, well, where do you think my clients come from?
Yeah.
I know we've kind of wrapped up and stuff,
Yeah.
but there was one thing that pisses me off, and that's people talk up that they say like, oh, this person, he just only posts when he needs to, and he's like this guy, and like he just gets his work done, and he doesn't really post that many videos, and that's what everybody should be. And I'm just like, yeah, but he doesn't run a business. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like the only I would be exactly the same if I was just a lifter and I didn't have lifters and I wasn't trying to. It's they don't understand that the reason we post all these videos and stuff is because
it's promotion.
That's our business, our livelihood.
A lot of people don't know either, and you just expose them to stuff, and they're like, "Oh, wow, I didn't really know that." You know what I mean? Or why do you do this? And you get a lot of questions on that. So just
hate of mine, people.
Because obviously, being in the industry and like you love it, you're into it and you read it a lot, so you think everyone knows it, but there's also a lot of people just don't know.
Yeah.
So that's obviously the goal with this podcast as well. Get some of that out.
Yeah, for sure. You guys, I've been listening to your podcast on all my plane trips at the moment now.
Thank you.
Chuck in that. So
give us a 5-star rating, and
I have subscribed.
Jeez, I haven't. What a slacker! Oh my god! I'll get
Give
on
me
it.
your phone. All right.
All over it, man.
I'll jump on straight after this. I promise.
You'll listen now. Now you're on here.
No, you've had some good people jump on and speak as well.
That
So
has
I was
been really good.
I was
We've been
surprised
really
that you wanted us to be on this.
That's a interview everyone.
We're
Man, all cool
Nah,
people.
it's cool.
We're not as cool as
Love
Mike, as
it.
you tell. But
Yeah, but like
we don't talk about RPGs and blowing
yeah,
up.
that was pretty some funny stuff. But that's
jeez.
that's the whole point. That's why we wanted to do this. We want to interview people in person because it's just a much better conversation. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? And we can just delve into a lot of stuff and just produce a good quality podcast. And
Let's get everyone's knowledge out there.
Like,
I was at Adonis last night, and people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, you with Crozier?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh man, I'm such a big fan." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'm no one, man.
Yeah.
just deadlift, bro. That's it.
Yeah. I'm like, and then at the end, I said to him, I'm like, "Man, what's your Instagram name? I'll follow you." And he's like, "Oh man, I'm nowhere as cool as you." And I'm like, "Bro, we both deadlift. Like we're both just squat, bench, and deadlift. Like, I'm not doing anything groundbreaking, man. Like I just like people lifting heavy shit, and you like it lifting heavy people shit, obviously. So
You can do the 2 W's. Willy Wills.
We always talk about like how he's going to celebrate because obviously like this photo
Yeah,
is
you do
quite
that a lot,
popular,
though.
and he does this like this year at Pro Raw is this one, and so I'm like, what are you going to do? Like
gotta
he
do
said
it, do
he
the
said he was
2
going to do
Ws.
Shooter McGavin.
yeah, I was gonna do shit.
I'll do that. I
But then I
said.
didn't get any thirds, so I was like,
I said, well, fucking after my traumatic start to the day, I didn't do any of my celebrations. But I said, because before I knew I was going to be shit, I was like, if I get my 3rd deadlift, I'm going to walk off like the Conor McGregor walk.
Yeah, I was telling him to do that too.
And then, after my head missed my opening squat, everything kind of went out the window with all the fun I intended to have that day.
just emotion. And I planned this cool stuff. I'm like, fuck, that would look cool.
Yeah, I'm never planning anything cool again. I'll just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Will
Never
will get too
happens.
embarrassed to do it because obviously there's so many people there. If he does the Shooter McGavin, people are
I just get caught up too. Like,
Yes.
there's always, I'm planning like, yeah, this is really
you
cool. In my
never-
head, I'm
yeah.
like, damn, this, and then I'm like, I just walk off and I'm still like my ears are ringing from squatting or whatever, and I'm like, well, where am I? that's my celebration. Like, huh? What's happening? Or,
Yeah.
yeah, but unfortunately, it's been at the back of a Spiros hug lately. So,
I gave
Can't
him a
celebrate
big
after
hug
that.
when I got white lights on my 3rd at Pro Raw. Gave him a big hug.
loves
And
it.
then this year at Nats, actually, just before the rack command, the bar, like, I don't know if the spotters touched, or whatever happened, it was a little bit of an off balance, and then I just looked and the white lights came up, and then he just grabbed me, and I just grabbed him and was like, oh my fucking God, if I had got red lighted for that, I would have been pissed.
He's just a good cuddler.
He's a great cuddler. So much
That's
to
why
cuddle.
he's good. People say best spotter. I was like, no, he's just a really good cuddler.
He is.
Just really, he's got
He
the.
You got experience with your spooning, do you, Will?
Yeah. He's a good belt holder.
He is. Loves it.
All right, guys.
Wrap it up.
Thank you thank you very much for coming on today.
Thanks for having
I
us.
appreciate having you. It was a great conversation.
was
Hope
good.
people take a lot from this.
Hope we get a peckish sponsor.
Yep. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, like us and
Please like
subscribe.
us.
Yeah, please like us and subscribe. And if you're on
Check out
iTunes, give us a 5-star
Willy
rating.
Wheels.
Willy Wheels.
I'll give you 5 stars. You're on.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.